Hello, everyone. Dan Hill, your investor coach for Virginia, with another episode of Dan Hill TV. Today's topic is back on track. And we're going to start with our favorite football teams that we've been discussing here in the last couple episodes. First of all, on camera today in our Richmond office, Kim from Old Dominion University, also the alma mater of my wife Susan, and they're back on track after suffering 2 losses. They get a victory this weekend. My alma mater, William & Mary, after suffering a defeat to number 2 Villanova a week ago, back on track with a victory over Northeastern. And unfortunately, I was at the JMU Richmond game, which Richmond's number 1 in the country, but JMU fumbled on the 6-yard line with less than a minute to go and went down in defeat, unfortunately. So they're not back on track. That's 2 in a row for them. So maybe this week they take on Villanova. They'll get back on track. William & Mary's off, and I'm not sure who Old Dominion's playing. But the topic of back on track is also related to our investments, and we're talking about the market getting back on track here over the last few months. Actually, in the last 6 months, the market's up 40% in all the major indices, 50% in the S&P, and still we just passed the anniversary the other day of Dow 14,000 2 years ago. So even though we've had a nice little rebound, we're still not all the way back on track. But that leads us into the topic of rebalancing. That's what I want to touch on today. As these certain sectors have run-ups, these certain asset categories we're in, like the S&P and the small caps, emerging markets, international markets, have these huge run-ups, 50, 60%, it's important that we rebalance our portfolio to get back to our target allocations. And the reason we do that is not for return, but to manage the risk. And so you have to stay disciplined, and we're in the process of doing that now back at the home office with our portfolios. But I wanted to point that out to you, so one, you'll see it in your statements, and for our clients and those of you that aren't clients, know how important it is for you to rebalance your portfolio. We look at it quarterly. Sometimes it's not necessary to do it quarterly, but it is important that you look at it. And what it does is when those sectors have that run-up, you're actually selling them at the high and getting into the sectors that are out of their target allocation, which are low. And that's the main number 1 premise of investing. Sell high and buy low. So remember, rebalance your portfolio regularly to manage the risk. Always be a prudent investor.